Hey there, this is Kevin Duclairon. I just came back from a men's meeting, and I had something really interesting happen on my way there. We were supposed to meet at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was following the instructions and didn't see that there was a switch in in the that there was a switch in the names of the streets there. So this is really bizarre. I've never had this happen to me before. So I ended up being about 20 minutes late, and I wanted to share that with you because it's sort of like switching from the Old Testament to the New Testament. When a person is not paying attention, all of a sudden the street just got a lot of vehicles. All of a sudden, I'm not sure why. All of a sudden, it just got really busy. Um, but I wanted to point this out. I've never had this happen before. This is Tillamook, what I'm standing on right now. And when you look, I want to show it to you. So this is Tillamook. You can't really tell because it's 21 Northeast Tillamook Street, right there, right there. But right across the street over there, that's not Tillamook. I didn't know that. And down the street a lot further um, is Grant High School. When you cross the street, it's and I don't mean to make a big deal out of it, but when you're not from a certain area and you make this kind of mistake, um, it's like slaps you in the face. You know, when you cross the street, it's a Northeast U.S. Grant right up there. So right over there is Tillamook. That's Tillamook Street, and this is Grant. So I kept on going, thinking that I was going in the right direction, and I was, but I didn't see the change. And I got all the way over there to the address. Um, and when I got there, I'm thinking, well, this is the place, but I didn't know that it was the wrong street. So I ended up crossing through Grant High School and thinking that, it was on the other side. And I literally had to come all the way back. Um, there's a pathway. And when I got to the pathway, I thought I was going to find Tillamook, and I did. But I ended up going all the way around and coming back here again. I came down this street, went back, went through the pathway, and then make a right. And then I found the place. Um, I say that because sometimes in life, um, when you don't pay attention to the little details, sort of like a sign right there, you don't even realize that right over there, it's a whole new, different world, new address, um, and you can miss it. Sort of like Old Testament and New Testament. The Old Testament, you read about the sacrifices of the Jews and how Israel um, literally went and offered um, bulls and goats for the atonement of their sins, right? But then when you switch from Malachi to the New Testament, if you don't pay attention to the specific wording of the scriptures, you don't realize that you just went from Old Testament to New Testament, Old Atonement to the New Atonement, which is in the blood of Christ. And and it's almost like, wait a minute, yeah, two different worlds. You know, the Jews no longer have to do that because that was the whole purpose of Christ's coming. And so you just little details, switching, just to switch from one street to another, just crossing the street. You got to make sure that the sign is correct. Old Testament, New Testament. Anyway, I thought I'd just pass that out to you. We had a good time. We had some breakfast. We went around and we chatted. Um, we actually shared, and then afterwards we prayed, which I needed. I don't get to do that much with the church, and so that was a good group of men. Um, I think I was familiar with one of them. The other ones I had not met yet. This was my first time, but I figured I'd share that with you. Um, and I pray that God would lead me back to the group for us to meet again next time. They have a men's breakfast. I don't get to go to those much. Anyway, just wanted to encourage you. Pray that you'd continue to walk with God and Pay attention to the little details. All right. You guys have a great weekend.